Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Today what I'm going to be doing is, well, I did a video on this already, but I said I was going to get another nesting box. I love these things. These things work excellent. They're pretty durable. I haven't had any problems with them, put it that way. These are roll-away nesting boxes. Your hen would go in here, lay her egg. The egg would roll down here into this compartment, and this is where you would get your nice clean... Hey, I'm talking. This is where you would get your nice clean egg, no poop on it or anything. So it's great for that. But I'm going to be using it as a traditional nesting box. So I'm going to be putting in here pine shavings. You can put straw, hay, whatever you have, put it in here, and they will just use this as a traditional nesting box. But rather than the eggs rolling down to this compartment, you will just have to get the eggs like you would normally. Okay? So that's one thing we're going to be installing. Another thing is, I've been seeing a lot of comments, or I've been responding to comments that are something like, you know, we're moving to the country soon, and can you give us some tips on what kind of animals to get? Let me install this, and then I'll explain to you what your best options would be. Alright, so you can see I got my other two nesting boxes here. You can see the eggs in there. They're using them, and they've been working perfect. I have another roll-away there from Best Nest Box. There's a few that use that also. And in other words, I have a few that use this one, a few that use over here, and a few that choose to still lay their eggs in the corner there. So I can't tell them what to do. It's their choice. I'm going to give them one more option. Well, the same option as this one. I'm going to put that right here. And you're going to need a piece of plywood or something if you got studs like I have. So you can bolt this to there. Like I said, it comes with the screws. It's just a matter of screwing it in. And that's all you need to do. Hey, you interested? Huh? Are you interested in laying an egg? Yeah? Alright, so now what I'm going to be doing is putting in there some pine shavings. You can pick these up at Tractor Supply. A lot of the feed stores have them. Yeah, let's do this. Now they're going to push it down into here anyway, so I'm going to fill this section up. But they're going to go in there and kind of make it cozy for themselves, like they did over there. And they're going to start laying their eggs in here too. My chickens are not even a year old yet. They just started laying last year, and so they're still in their prime. And so I'm expecting this summer for them to be egg producing machines. So I got the nesting boxes ready, I got these ready, and if they want to lay their egg in the corner, they can do that too. Alright, so as far as your first animal you should get on your country property, is that right there. Chickens, okay? Chickens are probably the easiest animal that you can raise. They know that already. They produce a lot of eggs. Okay, that's the purpose of why we're keeping chickens. Now, there are meat chickens, dual purpose chickens, like what we have here. That's your choice what you want to do. I would prefer having just egg laying chickens. Now these are also dual purpose, meaning that they're big enough to be meat birds, but they're just egg producing machines. I have the black Australorps right here. In fact, I think they hold the world's record in laying eggs. I think it was, out of one hen, it was 364 eggs in a year. That's a lot of eggs. Now, obviously, they're not all going to do that, but some breeds will lay more than others, okay? The breeds I have are the black Australorps. I got the Rhode Island Reds in this coop here. And I have a few, what are they? The blue Andalusians. I regret getting them because, first of all, they're not even a good meat bird. They're kind of thin and skinny. And they don't produce a lot of eggs. They produce white eggs, by the way. But they don't produce a lot of eggs. So after these girls go and this rooster I have, not this one, but this loudmouth over here, after they go, I'm not getting any more. But other than that, I mean, they're fine chicken. They lay eggs okay. During the winter time, they almost stop. They almost stop laying eggs. That's the blue Andalusians. Whereas my Rhode Island Reds, they slow down quite a bit. Especially this year, they're getting a little older. They're what are they now? Going on 4 years old, I think. So yeah, they've really slowed down a lot. On the other hand, the black Australorps, they are egg-laying machines. Out of 26 hens right now, in the dead of winter right now, we're getting 12 to 14 eggs a day. You know, I mean, there's some days we're going to get 10, there's some days we're going to get 14, but on average, about a dozen or so eggs out of 26 hens. Also, you need to also remember not to get too many roosters. I, unfortunately, received too many roosters. So I have, for 26 hens, I have 4 roosters. And I need to get rid of 2 of them, actually. And I like to give them away rather than just kill them. But we'll see what happens. And the reason for that is too many roosters, they're going to fight a lot. And they're going to pick on the hens too much. When it comes to mating, they're just basically abusing the hens, okay? And you're gonna see all their feathers missing out of their back, and their combs torn up, and all the feathers off the back of their head and neck missing. So it's just too much. Too many roosters is a problem, and they're obnoxious. Another reason to keep hens and chickens is that they eat all your garden scraps, kitchen scraps, so nothing goes to waste. They eat it all. You just throw it in their runs, and they will take care of everything for you. Eat it, they poop them out, everything gets composted. And speaking of compost, all that soil that's in these chicken runs here, you can scrape off the top layer after, like I say, a year or so. Scrape off that top layer a little bit, a couple inches of that, and sprinkle that in your garden beds or in your garden. Wonderful fertilizer there. Very nutrient dense fertilizer. In the coops, after they've been pooping up a storm, because at nighttime when they roost on those roosting bars, they're pooping up a storm all night, and all that manure builds up and underneath their roosting bars. You can get all that manure and put it in your compost pile. Let it compost down, and again, put that in your garden. If you are fortunate enough to free range your chickens, they will eat all the bugs and take care of all the nasty bugs and critters and stuff in and around your property. I cannot free range my chickens. I tried it once, and it didn't work out so well. A hawk came down and killed one of my chickens, and that put an end to the free ranging. I see a hawk here almost on a daily basis. I hear them screeching all the time, and it's just, I can't do it. It's impossible. At night, I have a lot of predators here. We have your typical raccoons and possums and all that, coyotes, and we have foxes here too. But at night they're locked up in their coops, and I really shouldn't have to worry about that. So free ranging is you're gonna have to figure out what predators are in your area, and if you can free range or not. If you know that you have hawks in your area, foxes, raccoons, possums, you know, chances are you probably won't be able to without supervision, and you can't spend all day watching your chickens, you know, unless you got absolutely nothing better to do, you know. But I got other things I have to do. I can't be out here all the time. You can get dogs. I have 2 dogs too. They're not always outside, so yeah, they'll help out, but I'm worried about them eating my chickens too. I don't think they will, because one time one got out and they actually helped me catch it. They pounced on it and held it there for me until I got there, which was pretty cool. But that depends on the dog, the breed, and all that stuff, and whether they'll eat them or not. But once they figure out that they're part of your pack, they probably won't eat them. But that depends on the dog, of course. So as far as animals, chickens would be the easiest animal to breed. They are almost set it and forget it. Almost. Now you got to make sure they have water and feed. I have these feeders in the coop here that I fill up. They will hold a 40 or 50 pound bag each, no problem, of feed, egg layer feed. I'm going to put a link to everything I have that I'm showing you here that I have in the link in the description under the video. Okay, they are an affiliate link. I'm just going to tell them they do help out our channel a little bit at no cost to you. So I would be greatly appreciated if you ordered through those links. I built here a chicken run. What was it, 4 years ago now? I built this coop also about 4 years ago. And then last year I ordered these long pens or chicken runs. Got one here and one here. I have a video I did on that. I'm going to put that up here where I put it all together. They're okay. I mean, everything we get now is made in China. But they will do, and I'm sure that it'll last for several years. The only problem I've had with them is they come with a plastic cover for the top, for the end sections, and after about a year they ripped up and broke up. We had some very nasty windy days, and it tore them up. Of course the sun will eat up the plastic, and the wind tore them all up, and I ordered some real good quality tarp to put on there later on, once I know the fear of snow is gone, and I'm gonna put those on. But generally, guys, chickens would be your best bet. They're the easiest to care for and probably the cheapest. And in case you don't know, you don't need a rooster for the hens to lay eggs. They will lay eggs no matter what. Just without the rooster, they won't be fertilized, that's all. So you can't have baby chicks without a rooster. So as far as other animals, I wouldn't jump into getting a herd of cows anytime soon if you have no experience. We were thinking about getting some cows, raising some cows here and selling them. I have 20 acres. I have 20 acres here, but the back portion of my property is all woods, and the very front portion of my property, during a heavy rains, it gets flooded there a lot. I didn't know that when I got the property, so I really can't use that portion of the property for much. But we are considering maybe some those Nigerian dwarf goats. They're small little goats. They're easy to care for, and they're no, they don't lay eggs. Milk producing machines. They produce a lot of milk for their size, and I guess that's what they were bred for mostly. They seem to be easy to care for, but whenever you get into animals like your goats and sheep and cows and things like that, There's a lot of veterinary care that goes along with it, and maintenance, like their hooves. You have to make sure you get a file down their hooves and stuff like that, clean them up, cut them up and stuff, or whatever the terminology is. But you got to care for them, make sure the hooves don't overgrow. And you have to have an area for them to eat all the time, grass and stuff, they would make great lawnmowers, really good lawnmowers. And of course, the manure they produce, wonderful for your garden. Compost that and put that in your garden. That's awesome. But as far as animals, chickens would be your best bet. Secondly, you could get those little Nigerian dwarf goats. That would be good. We're still thinking of doing that. But I really don't have any experience on bigger animals, but common sense tells me there's a lot of care and maintenance on those animals, and just don't get them because they're cute, okay? There's a lot of responsibility and care for those animals, and if you're going to get big animals, be prepared to work for it. So guys, that is it for this video here. Chickens are the easiest and your safest bet. You can always start with just a few. Get a few of them, get your toes wet first, and see how you like it. And you'll see that they're pretty easy to care for. Not much to do, and make sure they have water and food all the time. Treats, of course. We always feed them Grub Terra. Wonderful treats. They're very high in calcium and protein to help you produce excellent eggs. And again, all your scraps from your garden, stuff you won't eat in your garden, leaves, weeds, even, all that stuff, and kitchen scraps, give them all to your chickens. They will eat that, compost it all down, and then you can get the soil from that chicken run and put that in your garden. It's already composted and it's all set to go. Alright guys, so thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video.